Hi everyone. So today I will talk on quite interesting thing. Once upon a time I studied narrative design and my attention dropped on the book. It was called The Act of Creation. I will link it below in the description. I really recommend you to read it. So one specific term in that book caught my eye. It was called bisociation. The whole thing is about connecting seemingly unrelated things in a manner that brings innovation. An example is the house on wheels or the telephone with a camera. I'm sure you can name a lot more. And the process of bisociation has certain conditions to be met, and let me call it even features to be met, so that the whole thing would happen. It's quite interesting, and let me list it to you. The feature number one, bisociation is often not accepted from the get-go, but later on everyone feels it so natural to be. An example is Nokia's 9000 communicator. Yeah, always forget the name. It sounds so sci-fi, by the way. So the thing is in 90s, the Nokia engineers came up to the management and asked them to review their concept about the phone with the touch screen and with the internet access, with the mail capabilities, email ones. So that was really the predecessor of iPhone and was really resembling the one. So some might think that their idea was accepted and everyone was, yes, that's great, that's awesome, humanity was waiting for it. No, really, no, they put their concept on hold because they were rejected. No one accepted it as a viable commercial thing. And only 3 or 4 years later, after some design teams picked up that concept and refined it so that it would be more common and sellable, they used it to pitch the whole thing, the Nokia 9000 communicator. And I think that 2 decades on, let's imagine everyone just invented the umbrella above the car which covers it, the whole body of it. I know there is an invention like this, but no one really sold for it. I mean, I heard lots of negative things about the concept itself. I researched. So in 100 years, this technology became common and people were like, hey, in 21st century, you did that wiper things. You had that sticks on your windshield that put out the water. What a so old tech. Why? The whole thing of the umbrella above the car was that natural. I really don't know why you haven't invented it before. So you see what my point is. And that's it for the feature 1 of bisociation. Another feature of it, feature number 2, is that majority of such ideas are coming from the unexperienced people, and they are often done by mistake. It's natural, really, because unexperienced people are people who are doing a lot of mistakes, and some of it may be hidden gems. Rumors are saying that Notch, the guy who invented Minecraft, he was really bad coder and he did a lot of mistakes, and one of it brought up the creeper from the Minecraft core gameplay. And later on, this design of the creeper, the whole implementation of it in core gameplay became some kind of inheritable game design feature. Okay, now the point number 3 for the bisociation is that despite the creation of the ideas is often happening from the unexperienced segment of people, it is to recognize it, to refine it, to feel and catch and bring up to popularity is always in the hands of the people who are with the background, That means that education comes in. It knocked the room's door, and an example is that Street Fighter 2, the famous series made by Capcom. It's a famous story that people, the team, were developing the Car Crusher game mode for the Street Fighter 2, and in one stage the producer found a bug that you can combine the individual hits, and it became the combo. And then people at the arcade played, used it, and the team developed from that bug the whole feature, and it was inherited but by lots of games afterwards. But really few people know that Street Fighter 1 team, which was a bit different in composition, that people had that really, but they had no producer which stepped in for Street Fighter 2 who would be seeing that element and the reaction of the crowd to this element and brought it up to the whole feature, so that it became a real feature developed as the concept for the game. So what I mean is that you need experience to feel, find, and develop a good idea, which initially was just a mistake. So I see that my talk can be controversial, can be messy, but let me give you some just pure examples of bisociation. Death Stranding, you mix solo hiking and social multiplayer when you have the very calm navigating through the environment, often empty environment, focusing on your individual journey, and then you have social connectivity when you can let players affect your world, and you're affecting the other players' world by the markings you do. Another example is Portal. You mix first-person shooter gameplay design with the environmental physics-based puzzle. So in the end, I want to leave you with my practical advice for how to use bisociation to bring something creative in games. Actually, it's just two things: to play and to educate yourself, but let me uncover it. So first thing, playing. I always listen and play. 70% of my games I play, the games are done by unexperienced people, often indies, and I communicate, play a variety of that games, and one of 100 games still has some unique elements, the hidden gems I take and use as an idea. The second point is education. I educate myself with the new methodologies in my field. So how to build narratives, how to match it to gameplay, how to make onboardings, what are motivations, hooks, all that stuff. Dozens of methods work and created every day. So I'm learning to expand the bisociated ideas I have found and again make a good idea out from the initial mistake. So that's it for today. Hope it was not that messy, and I see you around in 1 week. See you there.